Hey everyone, welcome to Inspired Designs by Holly. I'm Holly, and tonight we're gonna ink a dish towel. And when doing the ink, it is permanent. That way you can wash it, throw it in the wash just like you would anything else. So tonight I'm gonna do, this is one, it's got the little red stripes on it down the sides. This has got the little hanger on it. And in my shop, I have some just plain white ones, but I had a bunch of these to start with, so I wanted to go ahead and use some of these up. I'm going to make sure I got my little loop at the top. And I found the center of my towel, so I know where to put my design. This one happened to have a fold in it, and it was directly in the middle. So we're going to take our sticky mat, and we're going to stick it behind it, so that our ink doesn't go through. We're going to be using ink. So because the ink makes it permanent. And the sticky mat helps hold it down in place. Just have to make sure that you don't have any wrinkles in it. I hope everybody's had a great day. I think I feel something up underneath it. Make sure everybody's had a great day today. It's a little rainy, a little cool here. It's getting foggy outside. I love these little chickens. Look at this. With the little chicks down at the bottom. And we're going to do both of these on there. You could do just one in the middle, but we're going to do them like they're doing a standoff. And there's two at the top. They're on a sticky sheet here, so I'm trying to peel it off. Can't get my fingers in there. There's two at the top. We're just going to do the bottom two. And when you're doing it on fabric, you don't have to fuzz it because it's automatically fuzzing it. And I'm just going to get the center of the transfer. And I just kind of go like this so I can tell what the center of the transfer is. Make sure I'm getting it halfway in the center. And I need to make sure it's basically in the center because when I go to fold my towel, I need it to be down here. I'm trying to decide if I want to go up. I think I want to go up just a little bit. Move it up just a little bit. Move it up just a little bit. And there we go. And I'm just pressing it down on here. Just to make sure there's no bubbles or anything. And I'm going to lay my backer sheet because I'll wash this transfer when I'm finished. And I'll put it back on my backer sheet and it can be used again. We're going to use black ink on this. So if you just hop on, say, hey, let me know that you're watching. Make sure you follow Inspired Designs by Holly so you'll see all of my projects. I'm just going to give this a quick stir to make sure my paste is mixed up good. This is the ink. I'm making sure it's stirred up good here. And then I haven't used the black in a while, so I just want to make sure that it was good and stirred up. So we'll take our little squeegee and we'll just start at the top and work our way down with the ink. And I'm just hitting it on the areas where you can see the white transfer. You can hear my heat press buzzing in the background, telling me that it's hot. And it is ready to heat set. Tell me what kind of projects you've been doing. Have you done any crafting or any chalking this week? Tell me what kind of projects or show me a picture of any projects that you've worked on this week. And inking goes pretty quick on them. Just make sure you cover all the little silk screens. I'm getting all these little chickens down here. You get this, looks like a rooster's got his feathers up, or it might be just a fuzzy chicken with his feathers up. And get this little one, looks like the ground here. And just make sure you don't get your ink anywhere you don't want it, because ink is permanent. And I'm just going back and scraping off all the excess ink here. This elevates a kitchen towel from boring to a little bit of excitement. Okay, and so you can see I got a little bit of ink on my finger right there. I am going to make sure I get that off my finger so I don't get it on my towel before I go pulling it off. Okay. And we're just going to peel our transfer. And I'm going to peel it slowly so I can make sure, like right there, I can see that I missed a little spot. So I can go back and get that little spot that I missed. I can tell because his tail feather wasn't like finished. So then I'll just start peeling it back again. We'll see if we can see. Okay, I didn't get the top of his comb on top of his head. Complete. Oops. Must not have had enough paste on there. Let's see. I'm just doing it slow so I can see see if I missed any spots as I'm going. I can always lay it back down and make sure that we get it. Okay, let's go this way a little bit. That looks okay. Oops, the top of these little chicks' heads look like they didn't. So we're going to pull it from the other direction. Make sure we get them really good. Because all you're getting is the outline of the chick, so I want to make sure that we're getting everything since we're only getting the outline of it. So if you're watching the replay, just hashtag replay and let me know that you're watching the replay. Okay. And how cute is that? Look at that on that dish towel. So now we're going to take this and we're going to dry it a little bit before I pull it off the mat. It's got to be completely dry before we heat set it. So I'm just going to take my little quick dry tool here. Now's the time if you have any questions, go ahead and ask me your questions. And I don't want to get it too hot on my sticky mat, but I need to get it a little bit dry before I pull it off. Like I said, make sure you follow my page, sprinkle the love, let me know that you're watching. By following me on Facebook, you'll be supporting me, plus you'll be able to see future lives that I do. It takes a minute for this. This one doesn't. This one gets hot, but not hot like a heat gun or a hair dryer. But those are so low that you can't talk over top of them. Okay, I'm just going to pull it off the mat. Excuse me, and then we'll I'll wipe my mat off before I put the protective sheet back on it. Now let's finish drying it here. I got a tickle in my throat tonight. Let's get this dry enough too. So what kind of ink projects would y'all like to see? I've done it some t-shirt. This is a towel. I have aprons and I have, what else I have? Some tote bags. Or what kind of design do you like? Check out my webpage and you can see what transfers I have and let me know what you want to see me do. I would love to do a project that somebody says they'd like to see. I'm just kind of making sure this is a little bit dry. I'm just kind of touching it, make sure it gets dry. Hey, Aiden, give me a piece of parchment paper over there. Keep going. I'm getting my grandson to give me a piece of parchment paper. I forgot. Right there, it should be in that little second tub. I forgot to get a piece of parchment paper to put over top of it. I want to heat, when I heat set, I put a piece of parchment paper in between it. That way it doesn't stick to my, my heat press. And I forgot to get a clean piece. I threw my piece I had away over here, and I forgot to get a clean piece. So I think this is, and you can heat it like this and dry it, or you can actually just let it dry naturally and come back to it and heat set it. But you do need to make sure you heat set it before you wash it. So I think that's done. And let me see if I think my heat press went off. It should be pretty high. And then I'm just going to take this and I'm going to stick my mat underneath it. Just protect my table from the heat. And then I'm going to put this piece of parchment paper over top of it. And don't use wax paper. Make sure you use parchment paper. And you can use some of that permanent parchment paper sheets or something like that. It will work too. But wax paper, the wax on it will melt. And it'll stick all over everything that you're trying to heat set. So you want to make sure you use the parchment paper. And my heat press, it cut off. I had it on and it cut off because I wasn't using it. If you don't lift it out of the thing every once in a while, it'll, there it goes. It'll cut off. And you're going to heat set this about 60 seconds. 30 seconds. And I usually do it a little bit more because I usually move mine around a little bit. I don't, because my design is usually a little bit bigger than the base of my heat press. If you can see, can you see what I'm doing here? I got the heat press and I'm just moving it around, and it's going to tell me when I got 30 seconds, and then I'm going to let it go past it just a little bit, and then we'll turn it over and we'll heat set the other side. Okay, I'm going to go a little bit past it, and then, because I'm moving it around because my design is, if I put it all the way over this way, it's hitting the design, it's sticking, the design sticking out the other side. So I just want to make sure that I did get it all. Okay, we're going to put it back in there. We're going to flip it over. And you can see where it came through a little bit. And we're going to put a parchment paper back down. And we're going to hit it for another 30 seconds. And that will heat set it so it makes it permanent. And completely washable. It will stay. I did a t-shirt, I guess it's probably been 2, maybe 3 years ago for my grandson. And the ink is still holding up wonderful on it. Okay. I'm just heat setting this. Hey, Brenda. If anybody's farmhouse, this is great. Okay. It is dry. It is ready. Look at this. How cute is that on the bottom of a towel? So when you take this little towel, we're going to fold it up to put it on our stove. I usually hang mine on my stove handle or my other handle. I'm going to take it and fold it. And there's our cute little towel. The red's not showing, but or you can hang it from your little hanger. How cute is that? The little farmhouse with the chickens and the little chicks down here at the bottom. This is done with chocolate ink, and it is completely washable. You could do t-shirts, aprons, anything cloth you can that you can use an iron on. You can heat set it. I do a lot of t-shirts, stuff like that. It's completely washable, and it does last. It's not like that rubbery stuff you get on t-shirts and it peel within 6 months. It's beginning to peel off and it's beginning to bubble up. No, this is not going to peel up. This is not going to bubble off. Hey, Sharon. This is not going to peel up, not going to bubble. It is going to stay permanent. So I will, in the comments of this, I will put the transfer name and the transfer in the comments. And we do have, if you don't like the red design on it, we do, these came from Amazon, but we do have them in our shop. They're just plain white tea towels in the shop, and it's permanent ink. And you could do this in red, but I just thought the black would show up with see the outline. Look at the detail in that. That's a lot of little detail in that transfer. And this is what I used. You can see the top one. The detail, I used the bottom one. That's where the ink is on the bottom one. But the top one, everywhere it's white. In these little things, everywhere it's white, that's a silk screen. And in that silk screen, the paste or the ink, you can use paste on like a wood item, or you use ink on your materials to make it permanent. And that everywhere it's white is going to be whatever color you put in there. So make sure you follow me on Inspired Designs by Holly so you'll see more DIY projects. I have taken a challenge to do a DIY, be it items with Dollar Tree, refurbish, find an item and redo it, or do a chocolate item for 30 days. So it'll run to like, I've already done it for like 5 days. So it will go to like the 3rd or 4th of March, but I will continue after that and keep doing them. Please make sure you follow me. Spread the love, sprinkle out there. And when I say sprinkle, share the love, it means share, but Facebook doesn't like that word. So give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you're watching, and we'll catch you next time.